No, Om Shanti. Good evening. Welcome.
Om Shanti, good evening.
Shanti, good evening.
Om Shanti, good evening.
Om Shanti, good evening.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, good evening.
Good evening and good morning.
Om Shanti, good morning,
Good evening.
good evening. यहाँ तो good morning है ना.
Everyone is doing well. सब अच्छे हैं.
सब अच्छे हैं. We are
हाँ
good.
जी भाई जी.
नरेश भाई जेट लैग ठीक चल रहा है अभी?
हाँ, जेट लैग बढ़िया चल रहा है.
या
हाँ,
चलिए बढ़िया.
So today we thought to discuss on the subject of emotions. How to manage our emotions. हिंदी में कहे तो भावनाएं. Emotions को भावनाएं कहते हैं. तो संडे को मुरली में भी बाबा ने ये कहा कि हमें निरंतर योगी बनना है. Should be constant yogi. And if you really think deep down, what comes in the way of us being constant yogi? निरंतर योग के बीच में क्या आता है? अगर गहराई से देखे तो कहीं ना कहीं कभी ना कभी थोड़े इमोशंस आ जाते हैं. जैसे आई थिंक कपल ऑफ डेज बैक बाबा सेड कि कभी भी किसी भी परिस्थिति में रोना नहीं है, अचल अडोल रहना है. I think all of these is linked with emotions, भावनाएं. बाबा कहते एक होता है भाव और एक होती है भावना. भाव is intention, भावना is emotion. तो कहीं ना कहीं हमारे भावनाएं, emotions, they play a very important role in our life. अगर हम देखें ऐसे emotion, what is emotion? So we all know emotion is, we say energy in motion. Energy, thought energy, conscious energy in motion is emotion. और इमोशन के एग्जाम्पल्स हम सबको पता है ना कि फियर है, एंजाइटी है, वरी है, एंगर है. ये सब इमोशन है. ऐसे ही प्यार है, ग्रैटिट्यूड है, हैप्पीनेस है, ये भी इमोशन है. सो ऑन वन साइड देयर इज negative emotion, one side there is a positive emotion, but we are always having one or the other emotion. और अगर हम देखें जो विक्रम भी बनता है तभी बनता है जब इमोशन में आकर हम कुछ ऐसा कह देते हैं या कर देते हैं जिससे बाद में हमें पछताना पड़ता है. तो विक्रम भी देखा जाए तो इमोशंस के आधार पर ही बनता है. और सत्कर्म भी है जब हम बाबा की याद में है, वो भी एक इमोशन है ना. बाबा की याद में आत्मा लवलीन है, तो पर उस स्थिति का अनुभव के बाद जब हम कर्म करते हैं तो फिर वो सत्कर्म बन जाते, तो वो भी इमोशन है. तो अल्टीमेटली हमारे पुरुषार्थी जीवन में it's all about how to manage our emotions. I remember once Dadi Gulzar was sharing that चाहे कुछ भी हो पर हमें अपनी भावनाओं को शुभ भावना बनाकर ही रखना है. तो एक होती है शुभ भावना, एक होती है शुभ कामना. तो भावना और कामना का भी kind of there is a link between bhavna, emotion, and kamna is a wish or a desire. तो अगर मेरी कामना श्रेष्ठ है तो भावना भी श्रेष्ठ होगी. और अगर कामना में जरा भी थोड़ी इच्छा मिली हुई है तो भावना फिर उससे पोल्यूटेड हो जाती है. So what do I really want in life? मेरी कामना क्या है? Dictates my emotions. My emotions. So today we will look into a few aspects around emotions. So it says, feelings are temporary, but the impact they have on our lives can be permanent. Feelings है तो temporary, आती हैं जाती हैं. It's like a cloud, right? They come and go. पर उस feelings के प्रभाव में आकर हम कुछ कर्म करते हैं या कुछ भी करते हैं तो वो impact permanent हो जाता है. तो इसलिए बाबा भी कई बार कहते हैं feeling की क्या नहीं होनी चाहिए. In Baba's words, what does Baba say? Feelings ki, what shouldn't we have? The flow. Yes, the flow of feelings. You know? So flow will also come and go. Feelings will also come and go. So, but it's very important not to make the feelings so big that we begin to act based on our feelings. तो ज्ञान हमें वही सिखाते. The more we use knowledge, truth, the more we are coming out of the realm of feelings. If you really think about an emotion, what it really boils down to is, हम हमेशा तो इमोशन के बहाव में नहीं आते, पर कभी कभी आते हैं. और ये बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है समझने के लिए कि it's actually a moment. It's all about a moment. It's all about a moment, how not to yield in that moment. कई बार कोई कुछ ट्रिगर होता है, ड्रामा की कोई सीन होती है जो कि हमें उस टाइम हम अपने आप पर कंट्रोल नहीं रख पाते हैं. तो बाबा भी यही कहते हैं कि एक्चुअली एक मोमेंट की बात है. इफ यू आर एबल टू in that moment detach ourselves from the story and not react, then everything is fine. तो ही बाबा कहते हैं मनसा में बहुत तूफान भी आएंगे पर हम कर्म में कुछ नहीं करें, क्योंकि वो करने से फिर हमारा हिसाब किताब बन जाता है. तो इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू आइडेंटिफाई कि अभी बहुत फीलिंग का एक फोर्स आ रहा है. उसी टाइम इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट not to go into that flow, not to yield to that flow, right? And if I have, they say life is all about moments. If I have won a moment, then, I have won the battle of life, really. Acha. So let us look into how to scientifically also try and understand how emotions work and how they control our consciousness, our experience of life.
When we hear the word emotion, most of us think of love, hate, happiness, or fear. Those strong feelings we experience throughout life. Our emotions are the driving force behind many of our behaviors, helpful and unhelpful. Just where do our emotions come from? Our brain is wired to look for threats or rewards. If one is detected, the feeling region of the brain alerts us through the release of chemical messages. Emotions are the effect of these chemical messages traveling from our brain through the body. When our brain detects a potential threat, our brain releases the stress hormones adrenaline and cortisol, which prepare us for a fight or flight response. When we detect or experience something rewarding, such as someone doing something nice for you, our brain releases dopamine, oxytocin, or serotonin. These are the chemicals that make us feel good and motivate us to continue on the task or behavior. In these instances, the feeling region of the brain kicks in before the thinking part. Sometimes the reactions of the feeling brain are so strong that it dominates our behaviors and we're unable to think rationally in the moment. Our emotions hijack our brain. While many of our emotional responses happen subconsciously, our thinking can influence our emotions, and sometimes this can be unhelpful. Just thinking about something threatening can trigger an emotional response. This is where we can manage our emotions with conscious thinking. Our emotions play a powerful role in the way we experience the world. Understanding and regulating our emotions through our thoughts and behaviors can help us take greater control of our brain and achieve our goals.
जैसे वीडियो में बताया कि it's either a threat or a reward. And when I see a situation or a person as a threat, then the brain releases chemicals, which is like a stress hormone, fight or flight, either this way or that way. So then we become defensive. तो तभी सारे emotions trigger हो जाते हैं. And the other is reward. तो threat यानी हमें कोई threat यानी नुकसान पहुंचाने की, कोई हमें लग रहा है कि कोई परिस्थिति या कोई व्यक्ति हमें नुकसान पहुंचाना चाह रहा है, तब नेगेटिव इमोशंस फ्लो होते हैं. और रिवॉर्ड यानी हमें कुछ अच्छा मिल रहा है, कुछ प्राप्त हो रहा है, तो फिर अच्छे डोपामीन, जैसे कहते हैं कि अच्छे हार्मोन्स जो कि पॉजिटिव इमोशंस हैं, हैप्पीनेस के कहें, ग्रेटिट्यूड के कहें, वो रिलीज होते हैं. So it's all about, the keywords really are threat or reward. And I really feel, what Baba is training us is to see every situation as a reward, not as a threat. When Baba says, हमेशा ये सोचो कि जो हुआ वो भी अच्छा, जो हो रहा है वो भी अच्छा, होने वाला है वो भी अच्छा. So everything is a reward. Everything is an opportunity. Everything is for I, the soul, to come closer to Baba and my perfection. And so, just imbibing Baba's teachings allows the soul to always look for rewards and not look for threats. One word which is behind reward or threat, what is that one word? अगर वो एक word हमारे सबकॉन्शियस माइंड में हमेशा है, तो हर चीज हमें रिवॉर्ड लगेगी. और अगर वो एक वर्ड नहीं है, तो हर चीज हमें थ्रेट लगेगी. व्हाट इज दैट वर्ड?
Drama.
Drama. Right.
निश्चय.
निश्चय. Good. Right.
Drama, कल्याणकारी.
Kalyankari. Right.
Faith.
Faith. Good. Yeah.
Soul. I'm a soul.
I'm a soul. Right. Right. Even in psychology, if we really think about it, that, one word that is at the heart of, all our experience. And Baba also often mentions, it's security. Security. The moment I feel I am secure, like secure यानी मैं जो हूँ मैं अपने से, जैसे भी बाबा ने ना सर्टिफिकेट की भी बात की ना, तो संतुष्ट था. Security is like more like where I'm completely fine, with myself, secure. I'm not insecure. So if I'm really feeling secure, then everything is a reward, because then nothing is for me to, bring me out of that security. But if I'm insecure, then everything is a threat. Then everything is a threat if I'm insecure. And that's why the moment I, feel that I am a soul, I'm with Baba, this is a drama going on, then I'm completely secure. No one, nothing can take away the sense of security. And that's why the release of dopamine or positive emotions, शुभ भावना, शुभ कामना कहें, जो आज भी रहम की भावना कहें, वो अपने आप आती है। और जरा भी इनसिक्योरिटी आ रही है तो तुरंत फिर वो स्ट्रेस की फीलिंग्स आना शुरू होगी, थोड़ा घबराहट होगी, फियर आएगी, एंजाइटी आएगी, थोड़ा गुस्सा भी आ जाएगा। तो द मोमेंट आई कैच माई सेल्फ working from a negative space of emotions, it just means that I'm seeing everything as a threat, which means that I'm insecure. And why I'm insecure is because I've really come down into the own conscious reality. I've forgotten the truth. And that's why, that's where the reactions are coming from. And in the moment I realize, and just the video mein bhi tha, it's our conscious thinking. Like stage ka example diya, the moment I come on the stage and start thinking, ye kya sochega, wo kya sochega, तो तुरंत फिर nervous energy आना शुरू हो जाएगी। इसलिए बाबा is training us to always think ये भी अच्छा, सब कुछ अच्छा, ये भी अच्छा, है ना। and बाबा ने कहा अच्छा सोचते 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 we're really training our mind to think that way, and then बाबा से सब अच्छा हो जाएगा, right? And this is the science behind it. यानी हम अच्छा सोचेंगे, we are training our mind to think always in a positive way, so it will release positive emotions, and then our actions will also be positive. Right. So in science they call it's a very nice terminology. We may have talked about it before. It's called the T cycle, TEA, T cycle. Does anyone know about it? T cycle? What does it represent? T cycle? So T cycle is, T stands for thought, E stands for emotion, and A stands for action. Thought, emotion, and action. And so it's a cycle. So इसका बहुत सुंदर एक छोटा सा example है. Let's watch this clip.
Cognitive behavioral therapy is a system that allows an individual to improve their emotional intelligence by assessing and managing their thought, emotion, action cycle, or as I like to call it, the T cycle. The T cycle begins as a response to a situation that starts with an initial automatic thought, which determines the emotion felt, followed by the action taken as a result. Let's use an example. You started a new job and your boss points out a mistake you made. Your initial thought might be, the boss will hate me. As a result, you begin to feel sad or disappointed, and the next day you make another mistake at work. Your next thought might be, why am I so careless? Or, my colleagues think I'm useless. And you begin to feel lonely and angry as you start to isolate yourself. If the resulting action continues to lead to negative outcomes, this can become the trigger for the next T cycle and goes on to negatively affect our mental well-being. In order to break the negative cycle, it's important to question the initial automatic thought before you let it determine your emotion. Weigh out the evidence that is for and against the initial thought. If there is any evidence against the initial thought, then it is not true and you can replace it with more factual thought-based evidence. Let's go back to the example. When the boss points out your mistake, instead of thinking, the boss will hate me, shift your focus and think about, what did I do wrong? You might end up feeling curious and concerned about what the mistake was, so you ask your boss and maybe even your colleagues for advice in order not to repeat the same mistake again. Your next thought could be that advice was helpful, and you begin to feel happy and confident, which results in you getting the job done right. At House to Grow, we believe that being able to understand what makes you feel a certain way helps to make good or bad tea. Whenever you're faced with a tough situation, remember what makes you feel strong. overcome fears, and pushes you to try again when you fail. Strive to help others with their T cycle in order to improve their mental well-being and achieve a higher emotional intelligence.
So देखिए तो it's a very simple thing, but it's really at the heart of how emotions work. So thought, emotion, and action. And I really like the example जो उन्होंने कहा कि एक गलती हो गई, बॉस ने कुछ कहा, boss gave an advice, then suddenly the thought came, the boss hates me, the boss doesn't like me, and then the emotion is I feel sad, I feel disappointed, and then the action is from that state of mind I make another mistake, and then another then thought comes, and then फिर वो एक loop बनता जाता है, and sometimes it can lead to depression even. And I think the real catch here was that I need to identify that thought, or thought ko pakad ke, and then I have to question it. Like in that example, it said, okay, what was the mistake? What did I really do? Rather than thinking that no, boss hates me, what did I do? And then I ask for advice, and then everything is all right. So with emotions also, it's like that. So I really need to, work on the root thought, and once I've clarified, made it clear to myself, then everything will really fall into place. Then there's no room for any other emotion or then repeated action that will lead to a negative T cycle. It's a positive T cycle. अच्छा, so टी को तो ऐसे हम चाय भी बोलते हैं, पर ये हमारी स्पिरिचुअल टी है ना. So that we can always be in the positive T cycle, right? Isme, one interesting aspect here is that suppose I'm in the middle of a tense situation, a tense moment, and then how do I come out of the emotion? Suppose I'm in the middle of it, then how do I change the thought? Now, how do I change the thought? Like we understood we need to change the thought. So how do we change the thought? So there are a few different steps here that can allow us to control our emotions in tense moments. Suppose, at work something happened, kisi ne kuch kaha, and then I felt bad. So step one is to own the emotion. I own the emotion. मतलब कि जो भी मैं फील कर रहा हूँ, वो मैं फील कर रहा हूँ मेरी वजह से, किसी और की वजह से नहीं. It's very important to own the emotion. Because only when I own it, then I can change it. If I don't own it, then I really cannot make any change. And then I'm going into the, detail. I'm going into the, kind of negative T cycle. So first is I own the emotion. Okay, I felt this way. Okay, this is something to do with me, not to do with anybody else. Step two is name the story. Name the story. कि जो भी मेरे अंदर स्टोरी चल रही है, वो मैं किस फ्रेम ऑफ माइंड में हूँ. It could be either the victim consciousness meaning कि मेरे साथ ही ऐसा होता है, everyone, just मेरे को ही बोला जाता है, victim, like I am the victim. तो क्या वो thought pattern चल रहा है, या villain consciousness? Villain consciousness means I'm making somebody else a villain for the way I'm feeling, And third is helpless, means I cannot do anything about it. That is also a consciousness. So either I'm in the victim mode, I'm in the villain mode, or the helpless mode. So it's important to identify which mode am I operating from in this moment. And when I identify, okay, it is a victim mode, then I challenge the story. Then I, bring evidences. So this is the inner work that I'm doing in order to change that thought. Suppose कोई परिस्थिति stick हो गई है मन में, है ना? So I have to do this inner work in order to free myself up. Then challenge the story. I need to challenge. कि नहीं, जो भी हुआ उसके लिए कोई भी situation, कोई भी व्यक्ति responsible नहीं है, but it's just maybe my own attitude towards a few things, or my own sanskar about something and what it is in order to identify. And then the last step is find your primal story. Then I realize that sanskar is not who I am. Even that sanskar is not who I am. I am a pure soul. I am a peaceful soul. I belong to Baba. I belong, So with that, then I can really loosen up, that sanskar that I've identified. And so in this way, I can really be free from that thought. I can change the thought. I can, become soul conscious, and then the positive emotion, and then the positive action will come. So I really liked in this. This is from an article that I was reading, and I really liked, especially the step 2, the naming part. And if I'm feeling a certain way, first is I am only responsible, and दूसरा है कि in which mode I am, victim mode, villain mode, or helpless mode. And all these modes are creation of my own consciousness. I have created it. And so it's important to break out of it. So this is the inner work that I need to do. Right. तो बाबा भी कई बार कहते ना, चेक करो, चेंज करो, चेक करो, चेंज करो. तो वही चेक, जितना हम चेक खुद को चेक करते जाते, using this, few steps, then we can easily change ourselves. Right? And ultimately, it's very easy. We just have to change that thought. Okay, it's again the body conscious I to soul conscious I, and then everything falls into place. Right? There are a few other thoughts. I'll just maybe share, and then we'll open up to everyone as well. It says, constant yogi is the only way to be a yogi. जैसे आज संडे को भी बाबा ने कहा निरंतर योगी. So nirantar yogi is really when my emotions, my thoughts are not stemming from body consciousness. That's it. And which really means that I've been able to, and even if it appears, then I'm able to gain control and I'm able to channelize. So constant yogi, nirantar yogi, means my consciousness has now been aligned to Baba's consciousness. And so it's the only way to be a yogi. And so if I'm not constant yogi, it means I'm not a yogi. So, right. Acha. What we have next is direct your emotions towards the divine. So एक है जो emotions हमारे होते हैं, जो ड्रामा के बेस पे हमारे जनरेट होते हैं, based on the drama, whatever is happening outside, those emotions. And then one emotion is what we feel for Baba, the love that we feel for Baba, the care that we feel from Baba, so all that, those feelings, that pure feelings, and the more I direct towards the divine, right? And then it really, then like, even today Baba said, Vyarth ko samarth, it's like just shifting my flow of energy, which is coming, from the drama to the soul, just shifting it very naturally to Baba. So then Baba's energy, enters the soul. Right? So I just direct my emotions towards the divine. Right? इसी को बाबा कहते हैं, बाबा के लिए भावना, यज्ञ के लिए भावना, है ना? तो भावना होना तो अच्छी बात है, पर उसको बस पॉजिटिव डायरेक्शन में मोल्ड कर देना है, चैनलाइज कर देना है। फिर है बी अ डिटैच्ड ऑब्जर्वर टू अलाउ द क्लाउड ऑफ इमोशंस टू पास। इमोशंस आते जाते हैं, पर ये तो बादल ही है, बस और ज्यादा कुछ नहीं है। तो इफ आई फील आई एम इनसाइड द स्टोरी, तो वो बादल बरस भी जाते हैं कई बार, एंड देन द सोल विल फील, like being under the influence. And so all these emotions, fear, anxiety, worry, guilt, self-doubt, right? And when I'm detached, jise Baba kehte sakshi. So when I'm detached, these clouds may still be there, but I'm just observing them come and go. I'm not identifying myself with them. I'm not holding on to them. I am outside the story. I am with Baba. Like Baba today said, we are foreigners from Paramdham. Right? So we live in Paramdham, we are here, but we are foreigners and we are outside the story. We're just seeing all these emotions come and go, come and go. So we are detached, right? So what do we have now? Angelic means only pure emotions. Now, the angel, जिसकी बाबा बात करते हैं, is when our feelings have become so pure that there is no chance for any impure feeling to enter the mind. So then it is like we are moving closer towards the angelic stage. That's why I was saying, pehle Brahman, then Farishta. So Brahman is where I'm working on, cultivating the sanskars of truth. And once that happens, then our feelings are pure. And when the feelings are completely pure, then we are angelic. Just like Brahma Baba became angel. In the same way, when the mind is only experiencing pure emotions, Shubh Bhavna, Shubh Kamna, then we become angelic. That's why it says humans think, angels feel. But they feel from a very pure space. With feelings of benevolence, noble feelings towards everyone. And then, so emotions again, when we see negative and positive, it is also, we can call it either commotion or devotion. So commotion is emotions that make me reactive, is a commotion, just like the stress hormone. And devotion, good wishes and pure feelings that emerge by connecting to the truth in meditation. And that is devotion. That is the dopamine, right, that gets released. And so this is a very elevating, feeling that emerges when we are connected with God in meditation. And so then it becomes a devotion, a pure feeling of unconditional love and acceptance from Baba and towards Baba. Right. Another very interesting point that helps me a lot is just these words, keep drama small. जब moment की बात आती ना, whenever we feel reactive, saying after the moment is over, say okay, just कुछ नहीं हुआ, क्या हुआ, कुछ नहीं हुआ. Just keep it very small, not to elaborate it, not to think too much about it. It's in the drama, it's happening, but let me not allow drama to cloud my consciousness. Let me not allow drama to become so big that then I frame my reality based on that. I just keep it very small. I keep it very small. I make Baba big and keep drama small, so that everything is under control. It's only when I make drama big, that's where everything seems to be difficult, right? So all these are basically what Baba is teaching us in order to stay in the positive frame of mind. Don't allow anyone's weakness to pollute your feelings. even if they come, clean them up as soon as possible. And दादी गुलजार ने एक बार यही कहा कि कुछ भी बात है तो किसी भी, even दादी चांद की, दादी is always used to not allow anything to stay in the mind for a long time. तुरंत उसको साफ करने का है, नहीं तो क्या बदबू बहुत आ जाती है, फिर पोल्यूशन हो जाता है. किसी की भी वीकनेस है, इवन खुद की भी वीकनेस का बहुत ज्यादा चिंतन नहीं करना है. We identify it, where it is coming from, then we change the root cause, change the thought. We don't hold on to, these elusive feelings, for a long time, because that's what is polluting our feelings. So that's how we, manage our emotions in meditation. Acha, this we all know. Emotions come from I and mine, मैं और मेरा. सारे इमोशंस अल्टीमेटली यहीं से आते हैं. तो जो बाबा कहते हैं, मैं कौन मेरा कौन, राइट? If I feel I am this role and everything that the role has is mine, then all the insecure emotions will come. And when I feel I am a soul and mine is only one, then only pure emotions will come in the mind, right? Cha. Om Shanti. Thank you. And I would like to also take a moment to let's just take a moment to just internally reflect. हम अपने अंदर जाकर बस अपनी भावनाओं को, अपने इमोशंस को, we direct them, channelize them towards the divine. We understand that whatever emotion we may have felt in the past or even now is all rooted in illusion. I can go back and change that root thought, and that allows me to change my emotions. I keep drama very small and I make Baba big, so that I, the soul, the being, I feel being under the canopy in the company of the source, the divine. Allow my mind to be filled with good wishes and pure feelings, soulful feelings, benevolent feelings towards every soul in the world, including me. We are all God's angels who only operate from this pure feeling space. Om Shanti. Thank you. I would like to open up if there are any thoughts. And share.
Thank you, Saurabh bhai. Beautiful class as always. I was thinking दो takeaways जो मैंने इसमें लिए, तो जो पहले भी आपने बताया, जैसे keeping drama small and constantly remembering when the situation happens that the emotion is just a moment in time, because when we reflect back, a lot of times we also feel कि तो कोई इतनी बड़ी चीज नहीं थी actually जो हो गई, and it was just a cloud that passed. And even in Buddhism, I know that they talk about that mindfulness, that same way that you bring the awareness to the breath or whatever mindfulness practice they would do. It's the same concept that whatever is coming, is going to go away, and they are actually practicing that in meditation. So very beautiful class, and Baba's knowledge is so applicable in our daily lives. So thank you, Saurabh bhai. Thank you for
Oh,
the
thank
effort.
you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Any other inspirations, thoughts?
Om Shanti Sarvabhrata.
Hmm.
Each and every individual slides, filled with lot of, very valuable information and a lot of things to churn, to reflect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
ओम शांति सौरभ भाई, ये बहुत अच्छा सब्जेक्ट है और इसके ऊपर जितना भी डिस्कस करें या जितना भी बातचीत करें सब बहुत फ्रूटफुल है। और वैसे अगर देखें तो जितने भी बड़े लोग बने हैं या बड़े बड़े लोग ही बने और खराब लोग ही बने हैं, वो सब इसी के ऊपर बने हैं, मूवमेंट्स पर। कि कोई ऐसा लाइफ में मूवमेंट आया कि वो सबसे अच्छे हो गए और कोई ऐसा मूवमेंट आया सबसे खराब हो गए, और जो खराब हो गए तो बाद में उस मूवमेंट को वो कर्ज करते हैं कि ऐसा क्यों हुआ। और जो अच्छे हो गए वो तो अच्छे हो ही गए, उनका तो कोई बात ही नहीं है। तो ये सब बातें ऐसी हैं कि हर एक हम लोग को, मतलब अगर स्पिरिचुअल तो है ही, अगर जो फिजिकल लाइफ है, जो स्थूल है, जो ड्रामा है, उसमें भी अगर हम रह रहे हैं तो उसमें भी ये सब चीजें बहुत जरूरी है। जैसे कई बार ऑफिस में मूवमेंट्स होते हैं, घरों में मूवमेंट होते हैं, जो मोमेंटरी में हम बह जाते हैं तो या तो डूब जाते हैं, और जनरली डूबते ही हैं उसमें, और ऐसे डूब जाते हैं कि निकलने का टाइम नहीं मिलता है। इवन जब जो प्रिजन्स में जो बड़े बड़े जो कैदी थे, बहुत भयंकर कैदी थे, जब उनसे भी जब बातचीत कुछ लोगों ने इंटरव्यू किया, मीडिया वालों ने और कुछ लोगों ने, तो वो बाद में पछताते थे कि एक वो मोमेंट था जिसकी वजह से वो ऐसे बन गए, नहीं तो वैसे नहीं थे। और दिल उनके अभी भी साफ है, सिर्फ वो एक मोमेंट आया, उन्होंने ऐसा कर दिया। तो इस बहुत अच्छी चीज है, इसको हम लोग अपना डे टू डे लाइफ में इसको यूज करें। जैसे बताए ना, 3 मोड थे, विक्टिम, और 3 मोड बताए थे ना, विक्टिम मोड,
Victim, villain mode, and helpless mode.
हेल्पलेस मोड,
Victim or
विक्टिम, विलेन एंड
Helpless.
हेल्पलेस।
Hmm.
कि हमारे हाथ में कुछ नहीं, हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते, निराश हो जाते हैं एकदम।
हाँ। जी।
तो बहुत अच्छा है, मतलब ये जैसे तो जितने भी महापुरुष निकले हैं सब एक एक मूवमेंट पर ही निकले हैं। एक मूवमेंट आया लाइफ में, इवन ब्रह्मा बाबा का भी मूवमेंट आया, बाबा ने सब कुछ छोड़ दिया, सब कुछ बाबा परमात्मा को दे दिया एक मूवमेंट में। और इसलिए ये भी कहते हैं कि अगर कोई अच्छा विचार आता है तो फौरन कर लो, अगर कोई अच्छा थॉट आता है तो फौरन इम्प्लीमेंट करो, क्योंकि फिर दोबारा टाइम निकल गया तो फिर हम उसको नहीं कर पाएंगे। और कोई अगर खराब बात आती है मन में तो उसको ब्रेक लगा दो, तो ब्रेक लगा देंगे तो खराब काम करने से बच जाएंगे। ये बहुत अच्छा लगा, बहुत अच्छा है। और रिकॉर्ड तो हुआ ही है, तो उसका रिकॉर्डिंग बाद में सुन सकते हैं हम लोग भी, सब लोग भी, तो बहुत अच्छा उसे मिलेगा। ओम शांति।
Thank you.
थैंक यू सौरभ भाई,
Thank you.
थैंक यू।
Om Shanti. Thank you, Sarvabhai, for a beautiful class. As contemplating, that keeping the drama small. If we master the art of ignoring, that will help us in keeping the drama small and not being reactive in the moment. So thank you very much. Beautiful slides. And thank you for the tea party. Thank you. Om Shanti.
थैंक यू, थैंक यू। ये अभी चाय पीने से ये चेकिंग कर सकते हैं ना, टी साइकिल हमारी कैसी चल रही है, राइट?
Om Shanti, Saurabhai, beautiful class. Yeah, I was just thinking, सारा जो problem है वो I and mind से है. अगर I से हम aware हो जाते हैं तो सारा ड्रामा खत्म हो जाता है, लेकिन जो awareness नहीं आती है तो ड्रामा कंटिन्यू ही होता है और इमोशंस चलती ही रहती है, क्योंकि माइंड पीछा नहीं छोड़ते हैं। जैसे वो बादल का बताया कि बादल ऐसे ही सरक जाते हैं, लेकिन अगर अवेयरनेस नहीं आती तो बादल से पानी गिरता है और हम भीग जाते हैं। सेम थिंग, यू नो। ओम शांति। थैंक यू सो मच, ब्यूटीफुल।
थैंक यू।
ओम शांति सौरभ भाई, ओम शांति फैमिली। आज का क्लास बहुत वंडरफुल रहा और मुझे लगता है ये क्लास होते रहने चाहिए। और ये बिल्कुल सच है कि इमोशंस आते हैं और उस इमोशन पर हमने विजय पा लिया तो विक्ट्री हो जाती है, और उस इमोशन में अगर बह गए तो फिर डाउनफॉल भी होता है। तो आई थिंक ये क्लास दोबारा भी होना चाहिए, जो और भी लोग हैं वो लोग भी सुने, क्योंकि स्पिरिचुअल लाइफ में भी इमोशन आते हैं कई बार, क्योंकि आत्मा जब लवलीन है तो इमोशन से परे हो जाती है, लेकिन लवलीन हमेशा हो नहीं पाती है, इमोशन हावी हो जाते हैं उसके ऊपर। तो आई थिंक मुझे लगता है ये क्लास दोबारा भी फिर होना चाहिए। और टोटल जैसे बहुत हिंदी वाले भी हैं तो उनको हिंदी में है अच्छे से, ताकि समझ आ जाए हमारी स्पिरिचुअल लाइफ जो टी वाली लाइफ, स्पिरिचुअल टी लाइफ है, तो अच्छे से अच्छी हो। सो थैंक यू।
श्योर, नहीं कभी फिर केवल हिंदी
जी
में भी कर सकते हैं जरूर।
जी जी, अच्छा, काफी अच्छा रहा। और आप लोग भी बोलिए, सब जो भी सुन रहे हैं इस क्लास को अपने अपने व्यू देंगे तो अच्छा है। ओम शांति।
ओम शांति भाई जी, सौरभ भाई जी।
थैंक
आज की क्लास बहुत अच्छी लगी आपकी। थोड़ा हिंदी में शेयर करेंगे तो ज्यादा अच्छी लगी, ज्यादा समझ
यू।
पाएंगे जी।
हाँ जरूर, इसको हिंदी में कभी फिर केवल हिंदी में ही करेंगे जरूर, फिर नेक्स्ट टाइम ऐसा कर लेंगे फिर जी।
जी जी।
पर ये टाइम आपको थोड़ा जल्दी नहीं होती होगी? सुबह जल्दी है क्या? ये तो इट्स वेरी अर्ली राइट फॉर यू।
मैं उठ जाती हूँ, जल्दी उठ जाती हूँ, नींद नहीं आती है उस टाइम से। सुनती भाई जी।
ओम शांति स्वरूप भाई।
Yeah, so thank you for your time and presence. So, फिर कंटिन्यू करेंगे मुरली
हाँ,
से।
तो मुरली करेंगे अभी।
क्लास करना है।